Someone asks what you're doing for your birthday, and you say the one thing that makes everyone uncomfortable. Nothing. It's just another day. And suddenly, you're the problem. Your friends think you're depressed. Your family thinks you're punishing someone. Society acts like skipping your own birthday is a cry for help. But what if it's actually the opposite? What if the people who feel nothing on their birthday feel everything on every other day? Stay with me, because the science behind this is not what anyone expects. You don't hate your birthday. You just stopped performing it. You stopped pretending that one specific day on the calendar should feel different from all the others. You stopped waiting for people to make you feel special because you realized a long time ago that waiting is how you get disappointed. Maybe your parents never made a big deal out of it, so you learned not to either. Maybe you had a birthday that hurt, one where the people you expected didn't show up, and you quietly adjusted your expectations the year after, and the year after that, or maybe. And this is the version nobody talks about. You're just someone who feels time moving every single day, not just on the day they tell you to feel it. And a party with balloons was never going to capture that. But here's where it gets interesting. Because not everyone who skips their birthday is coming from the same place. There are actually two completely different types of people in this group. And which one you are changes everything. Stay with me. Because one of them is quietly thriving, and one of them is quietly hurting. And they look exactly the same from the outside. In 1967, psychologist Martin Seligman discovered something called learned helplessness. When a person experiences repeated disappointment with no control over the outcome, their brain eventually stops expecting the reward altogether. Not from weakness, from efficiency. And birthdays are the perfect disappointment machine. Your brain predicts the celebration, the people who remember, the moment of feeling special. And when that doesn't happen, year after year, your dopamine system does the math. It stops predicting, it stops releasing, and eventually you stop caring. Not because you don't want to be loved, but because hoping started costing more than it gave back. That's one type. Their just another day wasn't a choice. It was built from years of quiet letdowns. But then there's the second type, and researchers call their state something completely different. Self-determination. These are people whose sense of worth doesn't live in external events. They don't need a song sung off-key in a restaurant to feel valued. They already know their value. On a random Tuesday, without any help from the calendar. Here's the honest question nobody asks. Which one are you? Is your peace around birthdays real peace? Or is it protection? Because there is a difference between someone who genuinely doesn't need the celebration and someone who wants it desperately but learned to stop admitting it. Researchers at Johns Hopkins found that our brains don't just remember painful dates. They relive the emotion attached to them every single year. The 8-year-old who waited for a party that never came, they're still in there, still adjusting their expectations, still calling it just another day because that hurts less than hoping. And if that's you, that's not maturity, that's armor. And armor is heavy. Here is what I want you to take from this. Both types are valid. Both make complete sense given what they've lived through, but only one of them is actually free. The goal was never to stop feeling things on your birthday. The goal was to stop outsourcing your worth to a single day, while still being honest about what you actually want. You are allowed to want to be remembered. You are allowed to want quiet. You are allowed to want both at the same time and not know how to explain it. You don't need to perform celebration, but you also don't need to perform indifference. Whatever today is for you, it counts. You count. Drop a comment and tell me honestly. Which type are you? I don't need it. Or I stopped expecting it. No judgment. I read every single one. And if someone in your life goes quiet on their birthday, send this to them. It might explain what they've never been able to say out loud.